The early 2000s. This was such a good time in my life. I remember just sitting around, being lazy, watching my favorite cartoon channels like Disney Channel, Cartoon Network, and of course Nickelodeon. Watching my favorite cartoons like Kim Possible, or my favorite live action shows like The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, and then switching between those channels and seeing things like Mad TV, one of the best cartoons ever created, Adventure Time, and then switching to Nickelodeon, seeing my favorite show at the time, Victorious, and then again, Adventure Time. Wait, what? Yep, you heard me right on that last part. Adventure Time, Cartoon Network, the 2010s, one of Cartoon Network's best produced shows, at least in my opinion. Well, it was originally supposed to be on Nick, and though it was awesome, it was kind of a little less awesome. Nowadays, in 2021, it's obvious to fans that Pendleton Ward's Adventure Time basically launched Cartoon Network into what we like to call the Renaissance period, and it's seen as a huge mistake on Nickelodeon's part that they rejected it. But I'm kinda here to defend Nickelodeon this time. There are a lot of differences between the final product that we know today and the pilot that was sent to Nickelodeon. So, let's discuss some reasons why Nick might have rejected Adventure Time. The first and most common theory people discuss when they talk about why Nick might have rejected Adventure Time was that the producers may have thought that kids would think the show was too weird. While I could sort of see this, seeing there was a moment where Finn was talking to a godlike version of Abraham Lincoln, I don't really think that was the issue, seeing as how this is the same network that produced Mr. Meaty and Fanboy and Chum Chum. Now those were some weird shows. The second theory for why Nickelodeon might have rejected Adventure Time that I've heard of is that they thought it was too mature for their audiences and too mature to mix with the current lineup that they had at the time, which I don't really like, because I thought during this time period Nickelodeon kind of underestimated their audiences and started dumbing down their products, which wasn't really fun, leaving them with shows that was kinda eh. Again, a reason that many people think they made a huge mistake passing up on Adventure Time was because these shows were kind of flopping. My third and final theory for this video on why Nickelodeon might have rejected Adventure Time at the time that they did is style differences. I believe that these style differences were the main reason that Nickelodeon probably rejected Adventure Time. And I'm not just talking about the animation, I'm talking about the differences in attitude, the differences in the show, the differences even in the theme song, which, hold on, I'll upload it for you.
Come on, grab your friends, we'll go to very distant lands. We'll take the dog and then the human, the fun will never end. It's Adventure Time. Come on, grab your friends, we'll go to very distant lands. Jake the dog and Ben the human, the fun will never end. It's Adventure Time.
Now, again, I'm not talking bad about the pilot. I happen to like the show and the pilot. But I just think that in comparison to those two songs, if the pilot song would have remained, it wouldn't have had the same vibe as the overall cartoon. So I could see that as a reason why Nick might have rejected it. Another style difference that might have been off-putting for Nick at the time was the animation. Now, don't get me wrong, I know usually in pilots the animation isn't as good as the final product, and that's probably because there's only a couple of people working on the pilot, whereas there's usually a lot of team members working on the actual final product. And while I do prefer the final product of Adventure Time, I still think that the pilot episode animation is charming in itself, and does fit the vibe. But it might have been off-putting to Nick at the time. It didn't really look that clean. Another style difference that could have had Nick is the way the characters act in the pilot. While it's not too far off from the actual show, they are a little less charming and lovable. My biggest example here would be Ice King. Here are a few clips of Ice King in the pilot and Ice King in the actual show.
Hey, Ice King! Stop it!
Huh? Stop meddling, boy! You and your magical dog can't harm me.
He's not my dog. He's my friend!
You cannot defeat me, child!
I will, though, with a sweet kick! Psych!
Woo-hoo-hoo! Now I can kill you! Oh, wait. I am so stupid, silly Billy. I came by to tell you the good news.
What's the good news?
I'm getting married to someone who wants to marry me.
So as you can see in the actual pilot, Ice King is more of an actual cartoon villain in the before times, sort of like Gargamel from the Smurfs. He's very evil and there's nothing like charming about it, versus in the actual show he's more silly and that makes his character more likable, at least in my opinion. But I want to know your guys' opinions on it. That's my video as to why Nick might have rejected Adventure Time. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure to like, share, and comment. As always, thanks for watching, and I hope you have a good day. Bye, Webbernutters!